Okay, good afternoon, everyone. It's good to see you. Mary Sal Lewis, Jewel Ambassador. I want to take this time to inform you of the dangers of the sanitary products that we're using and to introduce you to a safer, natural pad. Now, I know, men, you don't think this is for you, but we do have men within our organization who uses the liner for incontinence as well as foot pain. So it has benefits for men as well. But I'm primarily talking with the women and the young girls today because we want you to raise your daughters up a lot healthier. And one start would be with their sanitary napkin. And as you can see, this is a Jewel sanitary napkin, and it's very thin. It's a very thin pad, which of course most people would think it's not going to do anything. Well, if you think about it, ladies, the pad that you're using now, what does it do? Okay, another feature of the Jewel sanitary napkin is the fact that it is enclosed completely. You have to actually take it loose. There's no holes in it like the traditional pads that we've been used to. And I'm going to take my Jewel Premium Sanitary Napkin and I'm going to lay it here. And I was told by gynecologists that women exude 15 to 50 milliliters of fluid during their cycle. This cup holds 50 milliliters of fluid. Well, I'm also going to have some water into this cup. So let's see. We're going to go ahead and just put, we'll say 100 milliliters into this cup as well. Okay, let's see what we have left. Let's see if we have our 50 milliliters of water, and we do. Very good. Now this is an 8-ounce bottle of water, and I just kind of tinted it a little bit with purple food coloring. Okay, and I'm going to pour this 50 milliliters onto the pad. Now, when I was in that time of my life, I remember that I was wet most of the time. The pad was just not holding at all. And then I also had bladder issues. And I'm no longer in that time of my life now, but I still have bladder issues. So I do still use the pads. I use the Jewel pad though, instead of using the bladder control garments that are out on the shelves. Because the makeup of the product, first of all, it emits a gas called dioxin. And dioxin is very, very dangerous. And so that means we're getting dioxin, ladies, in our system every month. It could be a little bit or it could be a lot, but it's still too much, no matter how much it is. And that is because of the makeup and the bleaching process that they take their pad through. Okay? So, we're letting women know there is a better solution. You do not have to go that route. You do not have to have long cycles, because we come to find out that some manufacturers do put chemicals into the makeup of their product to cause women to go longer or perhaps heavier. Okay? But we're trying to eliminate that. We want a healthier generation of women. Now, as you see, I poured 50 milliliters of fluid onto my Jewel pad. Now, as I was saying, I don't need it for that particular thing, but it does hold me for bladder. So that's why I can make my own personal testimony about the pad. Because we make no medical claims about our product, but our testimonies are what's telling us that the product is good. And so I'm going to put this red napkin, it's just a plain red napkin, on top of my jewel pad that I put the 50 milliliters of fluid on. And I'm going to press down. Because, like I said, I remember the wetness was just terrible. So, that's one thing that we would rather not go through. And it's dry. We have a dry napkin. And you see me pour 50 milliliters of fluid onto this pad. Now, that takes care of that dryness. So we know that it's an absorbent because jewel pads use is high-grade polymer, the same type of material, absorbency material that they use in baby diapers. And so we're protecting the women. We need to protect them during this. They need this. They're going to be using this for a while. And I found out during my research that there are over 600,000 hysterectomies a year. That's a lot of women having their reproductive systems removed, or partially removed. If they wanted a child, they can't have a child. If they have children, they can't have any more. So it's a vicious cycle. And we're trying to put a stop to that. Now, I'm breaking down the makeup of our sanitary product. Now, our first top layer, just very thin, very soft, cotton. As you can see, it's got fibers that's flying in. But it also has microfiber hose in it. And that's designed for breathability. Because it's also a fact that during this time, women get hotter. The temperature rises during the time of your cycle. And this way, it is cooling down your core because you're getting air. And I can attest to it, ladies, that actually when you're wearing the jewel pad, it does feel like you have a fan blowing on you, keeping you cool there. Okay? Now, this is our absorbency system. And this is my graphene strip I told you about. And I'm going to talk about that again in a moment. But this is Jewel's absorbency system. And I'm going to take our absorbency system and put it into this cup. It's almost full. We're just seeing that I put 100 milliliters of fluid into there. And I'm going to just put this in here and see what we can come up with. And that's 100 milliliters in there. Let's just get all of our system. Because we want our women to be comfortable. We want women to be comfortable. That's why we're doing this. And we're also wanting to inform them that we will not advocate for tampon use. Because tampons were designed to plug up. And the body, during that time of the month, is designed to release that waste. So you don't want the dioxin being plugged up into your system during this time. So we will not advocate tampon use. Okay, now here is my bottom layer. Now, I have a sheet. This is airlaid paper. It also has microfiber hose, breathable, cotton, no plastic. Because if you check your pads, ladies, that you have at home now, the back of it, it's like a plastic bag. Well, that's holding in that heat and that bacteria. We want it to be airy so that you don't have those yeast infections and so forth. And this is our bottom layer. Now, if you will also notice, our bottom layer also, you can see strips back here. They have microfiber holes. That's where that breezy sensation I was mentioning comes from. Because you have all these microfiber holes that you can get air to you. So that is the breakup of our napkin itself. But now, as I stated, I want to tell you about my graphene strip. We have a graphene strip infused in each one of our liners. And we have 5 variations of our product. We have jewel liners with wings, the pack of 20. We have our very thin liners without wings, with a pack of 30. We have our moderate flow, which is a pack of 10. We have our night flow, or our heavy flow, which is a pack of 8. And we have our extra heavy flow, which is a pack of 7. So you are covered. Whichever, if you have a light cycle or medium heavy, you're covered with jewel. And we know that women want to be comfortable. So we've seen how dry we can be. Now, as I was stating, about my graphene strip, let's see if I can get a little moisture from here, because I want to show you this, and I've used all my water. But as you remember, I put 100 milliliters of water in here. Now, what I need to know is, what happened to all that water? I've actually turned a liquid into a solid. Now, with that, so that lets you know just how absorbent it is. Now, women absorb 15 to 50 milliliters. This has absorbed 150 milliliters of fluid. Now, I think that's pretty good. Okay, now our graphene strip. I have used my water, so what I'm going to try and see if I can use it on here like this. Now, I'm going to take a 7-watt light bulb. Not your ordinary house light bulb, 7 watt. It's a low voltage light bulb. And our graphene strip, like I was saying, is vibrational energy. It detects, and this light bulb will detect anywhere energy is. So let's see if we have any energy in our graphene strip. Oh, we do. Now that's the power of graphene. And it's Nobel Prize winning technology. Graphene. So, I just wanted you to be informed, to make a healthy decision for someone that you love and care about. If you have any further questions, please go to maryzellewis.jewelpad.com or to awarenessforlove.com. And we're also doing a contest. We have a $10,000 giveaway coming. Go to my website and find out the rules and enter for your chance to win some of that money. Everybody likes free money. Awarenessforlove.com. Be blessed. Stay blessed. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it.
You did a girl.
Yeah.